Good afternoon. So here we are outside once again, and I'm going to label myself what might be called a fanboy of CXD. And I'll tell you why. I think their vehicles are awesome. This is the CXD D-12 Mini. It's a 1/16 scale, and it's just awesome. I've got another vehicle to do after this. I've already done a video on the CXD, the Volkswagen bus, minivan, whatever you want to call that one. They're two-speed, they're fast. The steering on these things, it's proportional and it's phenomenal. I'll show you in a minute on this guy, the steering and everything. But first, let's go over the little truck they have here. So it's got a full interior in there, and there's no window there, so it's easy to put a driver in, which I'll do. It obviously comes with all of the typical stuff. You're going to put on your windshield wipers, your mirrors. I got my dog put their nose on it. The lights, the little side lights here, they're clear. I painted them orange with a Sharpie. You've got the rear lights. I could have painted them, but they have the sticker that goes on it. These are the tires and little rims that come on it. And on the bottom, you have a full-size little spare there, which is pretty cool. It's got the fake transmission and all that there on the bottom, your on-off switch. And then it comes with this little box here on the side that is separate and you have to put on. These little plastic mud guards on here. It's more of a, I don't want to say white, it's a tan, kind of off-white. The only thing, and it comes with this bar here. The only thing I did on that is it has these holes, wide open holes. So I just put a little bolt in there with a washer, just so it wasn't empty. And I also made a wooden bed for the back of it. Now, this was what I had left over for some sides I had put on one of my WPL Army trucks that I didn't like very much. So I took it off, I cut it, and then I had some extra pieces left over. So I did a little bit of a board edging around. I just used Gorilla Glue to glue it all in. And that's it. I think it looks pretty neat on it, having the wooden bed in there. I've got some boxes from WPL. I've ordered the little mini fake boxes that'll go in the back here, and then I'm pretty much done with this truck. But as far as it running, again, these things are fast. Here's your transmitter, typical CXD, nice and small. It's got your left and right steering trim, and it's got your button here at the bottom, which is your first and second gear. So let me just turn this on, and then I'll show you. Okay, so you got headlights, right? No signals, that's fine. But I think the headlights look fine. They're a bit of that yellowish tint, which kind of goes with the era that these things are from. No rear lights, but I guess if you wanted to do something, you could. There's no buckets back there or anything, but it's not hard to figure something out, I guess. The shocks, I don't know what these kind are called on here. They've got little spring shocks on the back that you can see. And in the front, it's got a spring shock up there, but I'm not sure what these little angled things are called. So they're just friction shocks, but you know what? This thing is light and it doesn't matter. So that's it there. So let me show you the speed. So here is, I think, low. Hang on here. There's low. Yeah, and there's high. Low, high. And I was driving it around the house last night, and trust me, low is perfectly good as far as speed goes. I am just touching the trigger right now, but this thing will fly if you want it to. And it's quiet. Listen to that. You hear the servo changing. That's pretty much it. You hear a tiny bit from the motor. and it turns, look at that, like you wouldn't believe. So, and that's on low gear. So imagine this thing on high. I love these cars because there is literally nothing you have to do with them out of the box. You know, that whole RTR, ready to run kind of thing. Well, I know when I buy other RCs, first thing I'm doing, I'm changing shocks, I'm changing wheels, I'm changing drive axles, or drive shafts, axles, you name it, putting light kits into them. Well, this one comes with the front lights. I'm happy with that. I don't need the rear on something like this. I'll throw a figure in, and all I have to say is for about 40 some odd bucks Canadian, I think it was, you cannot go wrong with this. They actually have these on the WPL website. I wrote to them because I think there's a connection between the two companies. I don't know what it is yet, but I'll put a link to the WPL website in the description of this video, and you can go and just search the D12 Mini. There's a full-size version of this truck, but for the price of this, and I just want to expand my collection a bit and have a nice, look at that, have a nice nice arsenal to choose from, I guess you could say. But yeah, I honestly, I have zero complaints from the controller. It's tiny, but that's fine. You can almost slip it in your pocket and take this thing somewhere. It's a great little vehicle. So's the bus, the Volkswagen bus I have. Again, the turning radius on these things is just phenomenal. I've never seen anything like it on any other RC I have. A lot of them, if you turn it too high, wheels are rubbing and it does something to the axle. Not these things. Not these things. Even if you look at it, here, look at the steering angle you get, and it's not going to touch anything. Nothing interferes, and it's nice and proportional. It goes nice and slow. That's it. And it's got a 500 milliamp battery that goes in the bottom right there. It's a single cell, but for the amount of power that this thing takes, it doesn't matter. I can't even tell you what size motor it has in it. I'm looking at the box right now, and it's not in English, put it that way. So I'm not sure what size motor it has in it, but I'll be honest, I could care less because I'm not doing anything to it. But beautiful 1/16 scale D12 Mini. Grab one if you can. They're, for the price, you can't go wrong. There's nothing wrong with these things. So it'll be a great purchase. Okay, thanks everybody for watching. Comment, share, like the video, and if you can, subscribe to the channel. And I'm going to have some, in the future, some running footage of this. I'm going to get these small guys out for a run other than just on the table here, and get some video of that for you too as well. So, okay, thanks everyone. You have a great day.